If you're thinking about moving to the East Bay, there are a lot of best places to live lists out there. And most of them are written by someone who's never actually sold the house here, let alone live in one of these towns. I'm Mac Rogers, I've been a broker in the East Bay for over 23 years. And today, I'm giving you my honest personal ranking of 7 East Bay suburbs. I'm judging each one on the same 5 things every buyer actually cares about: schools, lifestyle, space, long-term value, and commute. Some of these towns are going to surprise you. One of them is where I actually chose to live, and I'm saving that one for last because there's a story behind it. So let's get into it. Number 1, and we're starting in the Tri-Valley, Dublin. Dublin schools are excellent. Dublin Unified consistently ranks among the strongest districts in Alameda County, and that alone is the reason half of my Tri-Valley clients start their search here. Lifestyle-wise, this is a planned community kind of a town. New construction, walkable retail at places like Persimmon Place, and easy BART access if you're commuting into the city, which honestly is rare for the East Bay. Space-wise, you're getting newer floor plans, modern layouts, 3 to 4 bedrooms without a ton of weird additions stacked on over the decades. Here's the catch: Dublin is not cheap, and it's not getting cheaper. You're paying a premium for new, and new construction here means a lot of homes that look nearly identical to their neighbors. So if you want character or a unique lot, Dublin can feel a little manufactured. And because it's grown so fast, parts of it still feel like they're under construction, because they are. If you want top schools and you don't mind a newer, more master plan feel, Dublin's hard to beat. Number 2 is San Ramon. San Ramon schools are right up there with Dublin's. The San Ramon Unified School District is one of the best districts in the whole Bay Area. Lifestyle here is corporate meets family. Bishop Ranch brings a real job center right into town. So a lot of people I work with actually work and live in San Ramon, which is unusual. Lots of parks, a real Central Park downtown area, and it feels safe and dialed in. Space-wise, you'll find a good range from townhomes to larger executive-style homes in neighborhoods like Gale Ranch. The catch with San Ramon is similar to Dublin. You're paying for that school district and that job access, and it shows in the price. It can also feel a little corporate. If you're looking for funky, historic, or quirky, this isn't it. And 680 traffic at rush hour is no joke, even if you work locally. San Ramon's a fantastic pick if your priority is schools, plus a short commute to a real employment hub. Number 3 is Pleasanton. Pleasanton schools are some of the best in Northern California, period. The Pleasanton Unified School District is a huge draw on its own. The lifestyle here is what really sets it apart though. Downtown Pleasanton has that classic Main Street charm. Actual historic buildings, good restaurants, a real walkable core, plus the Alameda County Fairgrounds right there for events all year. Space is generous, bigger lots, more variety in architecture than you'll find in Dublin or San Ramon, since Pleasanton's been established a lot longer. The catch here is the price tag, plain and simple. Pleasanton is consistently one of the most expensive places to buy in the East Bay, and that historic downtown charm comes with historic downtown competition for inventory. You're also dealing with 580 traffic, which at peak times can turn a 20-minute drive into 50 plus. If budget allows, Pleasanton genuinely might be the best all-around suburb on this list. It's just not the most attainable one. Hey, quick pause here because I know a lot of you watching this are earlier in the process and maybe you're not buying tomorrow, but you're starting to think about the East Bay. Before you go any further, I put together a free guide called 7 Mistakes First-Time Homebuyers Make. I have a link in the description. Check it out. It's free. Number 4 on the list, and this is where things shift. San Leandro. San Leandro schools are solid, not flashy. San Leandro Unified has some genuinely strong individual schools, and you'll find them if you know where to look, which is part of what I do for my clients. The lifestyle here is underrated. You got the marina, a real waterfront, a downtown that's been quietly improving for years, and a level of diversity you don't get in Dublin or San Ramon. Space-wise, this is where things get interesting. You're getting more home for your money. You can even find older Spanish-style mid-century homes with actual character and bigger lots. The catch is that San Leandro doesn't have the brand recognition of Pleasanton or Dublin, so it gets overlooked even though parts of it, especially up in the hills, they rival views of a much pricier town. Some pockets near the flatlands are still working through revitalization, so location within the city matters more here than it does in some others. If value and character matter more to you than a polished brand name, San Leandro deserves a much closer look than most lists give it. Okay, number 5. Montclair up in the Oakland Hills. And I want to be specific here. I'm not talking about Oakland as a whole. I'm talking about Montclair only because that's a completely different conversation. Montclair schools, particularly in the surrounding hill neighborhoods, are some of the better options within Oakland Unified, and a lot of families specifically target this pocket for that reason. The lifestyle is genuinely charming, a real village-style downtown with coffee shops and boutiques tucked into the hills, surrounded by redwoods with a small town feel that surprises people who assume Oakland means something else entirely. Space here means hillside lots, lots of natural light, homes with views, and a real sense of privacy between properties. The catch is access. Montclair roads are windy and narrow, which is part of the charm, but also means your commute and your errands both take longer than, the mileage would suggest. It's also priced at a premium relative to flatland Oakland because you're paying for the hills, the views, and the safety profile that comes with this specific pocket. Montclair is proof that Oakland is not one neighborhood. It's dozens of them, and this one feels nothing like what people picture when they hear the city's name. Number 6 is Danville. Danville's reputation is well earned. San Ramon Valley Unified serves this area too, and the schools are consistently rated among the best in the state. The lifestyle leans more upscale, a walkable historic downtown, the Iron Horse Trail running through town, and pockets of genuinely rural, almost equestrian style properties once you get towards the edges. Space-wise, you're often looking at larger lots that you'll find closer to the urban core, especially the further east you go. And honestly, if I were going to move out of Castro Valley, Danville's the town I'd pick in a heartbeat. That's how good it is. At least for me. The catch is exactly what you'd expect. Danville is one of the most expensive suburbs in the entire East Bay, and that rural spread out feel means you're more dependent on a car for pretty much everything. It's also a longer haul if your job isn't already in the Tri-Valley. If top schools and a more rural, upscale lifestyle are worth the price and the distance to you, Danville earns its reputation. And finally, the number 1 on my personal list, the place I actually chose to live, Castro Valley. Castro Valley schools are genuinely strong and they fly under the radar compared to the big name districts on this list. The lifestyle here is best of both worlds. You got Lake Chabot and the regional trail systems right at your doorstep or your backyard even. So if you're into the outdoors like I am, that's a plus. In Castro Valley Boulevard, that downtown has been steadily building real character. Space is where Castro Valley quietly wins. Whether you're looking at an established neighborhood like Proctor or Parsons Estates, or newer planned communities like Five Canyons or Palomares Hills, you've got more variety here than almost anywhere on this list. And here's the part that actually matters. The value. You're getting San Ramon and Pleasanton level lifestyle and access at a fraction of what you pay in those cities. That gap is the whole reason I moved here to Castro Valley years ago after discovering this place mountain biking at Lake Chabot. We left the peninsula for the East Bay and Castro Valley specifically because the math made sense and the lifestyle delivered anyway. The catch, because every place has one, is that Castro Valley is unincorporated, which means some things like permitting and certain services work a little differently than you would in an incorporated city. It's a minor adjustment, not a deal breaker, but it's worth knowing going in. Hey, so that's my honest list. If you want to go deeper on Castro Valley specifically, the neighborhoods, the planned communities, what it's actually like living here, that's what this whole channel is for. And if you're starting your own home search anywhere in the East Bay, go grab that free guide I mentioned earlier. Links in the description, and drop a comment letting me know which of these 7 suburbs you'd pick. Subscribe for more East Bay neighborhood breakdowns and let me know in the comments which of these 7 would you actually choose. Thanks for watching.